What it is, what it do. I'm A1, this is Destiny. And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining how I was able to solo this week's level 34 Prison of Elders final boss, Kaliks Reborn. Now I know of at least two different ways that you can solo Kaliks Reborn. I'm only going to be showing one of them, but I will go over the other method a little bit later in this video. Now as for my class setup, I'm going to be using the Fatebringer as my primary, the Black Hammer Sniper Rifle as my secondary, and the Gjallarhorn as my heavy weapon. And in this particular playthrough, I'm going to be playing as a Titan using the Striker subclass. But if I had to recommend a certain subclass, if you're playing as the Titan, I would recommend that you play with the Defender and use your Ward of Dawn bubble whenever necessary. If you're playing as a Warlock, I would recommend that you play as a Sunsinger with self-res. And if you're playing as a Hunter, I would recommend that you play with the Blade Dancer subclass and just go invisible whenever you need to. And I'm not saying that you can't solo this with the other subclasses. Obviously, I soloed it with the Striker subclass. But in my opinion, it's a lot easier if you use those three subclasses that I just mentioned. But yeah, I'm not going to be using any super abilities or anything like that. So if you do use the method I show in this video, you should be able to solo Kaliks Reborn using any subclass. But yeah, as for the gameplay, as soon as you enter the arena, the very first thing that you want to do is take out all of the ads. Don't even worry about the final boss, Kaliks Reborn. Now, after you've killed all of the ads, you can then focus your attention on the final boss, Kaliks, and you can go ahead and start doing damage to him. Now, the weapon that I prefer to use when shooting Kaliks Reborn is the Black Hammer Sniper Rifle. But as I'm sure most of y'all probably already know, the Black Hammer is going to be nerfed in the next patch. And basically what the Black Hammer nerf is going to do, if you've never used the Black Hammer, every time you get 3 precision shots in a row, it automatically refills your magazine without taking away any of your special weapon ammo. So what the Black Hammer nerf is going to do, it's still going to refill your magazine when you get 3 precision shots in a row. But instead of not taking any ammo out of your reserve, it's going to start taking the ammo out of reserve. So with that being said, you're no longer going to have an unlimited amount of special weapon ammo if you're using the Black Hammer. So if you're going to try to solo Kaliks Reborn this week, I would recommend that you use the Black Hammer. But if you're trying to solo Kaliks Reborn after this next patch, then I'll go over another way on how you can take away Kaliks' health using the Black Hammer. Now once you've taken out all of the ads for the first time and you start shooting at Kaliks for the first time, you want to try to get his health down to around 40 to 50%. Once you get his health down that low, more ads will spawn. And as soon as those ads spawn, you want to go ahead and stop shooting at Kaliks Reborn. And you want to go ahead and start focusing your attention on killing the ads again. Now while I'm taking out the ads this time, I'm going to go ahead and quickly go over some of the mechanics that are included in this final boss fight. Alright, so when it comes to Kaliks Reborn, you obviously have the final boss Kaliks. You also have a ton of different ads. You have captains, vandals, dregs, and shanks. But there's also another type of enemy that's included when the ads come out, and those are the Archon Servants. Now the Archon Servants are basically dregs with a yellow health bar. And basically what the Archon Servants do is they come out with all of the other ads, but they can also be used to help Kaliks Reborn regenerate his health. So let's say, for example, that you get Kaliks Reborn's health all the way down to halfway full and then the ads come out. If you don't kill all of the Archon Servants quick enough, then Kaliks Reborn will eventually feed on those Archon Servants and regenerate his health. Now, due to the large amount of ads that come out, I prefer to go ahead and let Kaliks Reborn regenerate his health because there's quite a few Archon Servants and they spawn in different areas of the map. And in my opinion, it's a lot more dangerous if you try to focus solely on those instead of focusing on surviving and taking out all of the ads. So after you take his health down to around 50% the first time and more ads come out, I would recommend that you don't even worry about the Archon Servants. Don't even worry about Kaliks' health. If he regenerates it, it's fine. If he doesn't, that's fine as well. Now once you've taken out all of the ads for the second time, you can go ahead and focus on doing damage to Kaliks Reborn. But before you focus your attention on Kaliks, you should probably try to use a heavy ammo synth, because once you get his health down to around 20 to 30%, not only are you going to have more ads that are going to spawn, but you're also going to have a target that's going to spawn, and you're going to have to kill the target before he reaches his destination. So that's why I recommend that you use a heavy ammo synth before doing damage to Kaliks for the second time, because you're going to be using those rockets to take out the target before he reaches his destination. And again, the target is going to spawn once you get Kaliks' health down to around 20 to 30%. Now what I chose to do in this playthrough was, once I got his health down to around 20-30%, it spawned the target that I have to assassinate, as well as a lot of ads. So once I got his health down to around 20-30%, I just focused on killing as many ads as I could. And once the target spawned, I went ahead and focused my attention on killing him. But like I mentioned earlier, there is another way that you can do this part of this final boss fight. Instead of stopping at around 20 to 30% and then focusing your attention on the ads and the target, instead what you can do is to go ahead and kill Kaliks Reborn. And I believe once you kill Kaliks, all of the ads will despawn and disappear except for the target. So if you want to use that other method, you want to just go ahead and keep shooting at Kaliks Reborn until you kill him. And then once you kill him, you can focus all of your attention on the target and try to kill the target before he reaches his destination. But again, that's not the method that I'm going to be showing in this video. Instead, what we did in this playthrough is to take his health down to 20-30%, focus on killing some ads, and then once the target spawns, focus all of our attention on killing the target. And once we've killed the target, all you'll have to do is focus your attention on killing the remaining ads. And once you've killed all the ads, you can go ahead and kill Kaliks Reborn. But yeah, you can do this final boss fight either way that I just mentioned. I just prefer to do it the way that I show in this video because it seems like it's less dangerous. Now, when it comes to the Black Hammer nerf, what I would recommend doing is, once you get to the end, obviously you're not going to be able to take away all of Kaliks Reborn's health using just a Black Hammer sniper rifle, because like I mentioned, after this next patch, it's going to start taking away your special weapon ammo whenever it refills your magazine. So chances are you're not going to be able to kill Kaliks Reborn using just the Black Hammer. So if you're trying to solo Kaliks Reborn after the patch, I would recommend that you try to take his health down as much as you can using your primary weapon. And if you have enough special weapon ammo, then you can try finishing him off with your Black Hammer sniper rifle. But if you don't have enough special weapon ammo, then I would just recommend waiting a few minutes so you can use either a special ammo synth or a heavy weapon synth. And once you get Kaliks' health down as much as you can using your primary weapon, you want to go ahead and switch to your Black Hammer, do as much damage as you can with your Black Hammer, and once you run out of Black Hammer ammo, you can go ahead and try to finish him off with your heavy weapon. So to sum up this entire video, what I did was, as soon as I entered the arena, I killed the ads. And then once I took out all the ads, I focused my attention on Kaliks. And once I got his health down to around 50%, more ads spawned. Once those ads spawned, I went ahead and focused my attention on the ads again, took all of them out. Once I took the ads out for the second time, I went ahead and started doing damage to Kaliks again. And once you get Kaliks' health down to around 20 to 30%, he's going to spawn more ads as well as a target that you have to assassinate. Again, there's two different methods on how you can do that part, but I chose to take out the target and then take out the ads. And once I eliminated the target and took out all of the ads, I then focused my attention on Kaliks, the final boss. And you should be able to kill Kaliks rather easily at this point, because you don't have to worry about a target and you don't necessarily have to worry about the ads that are going to spawn either. Anyways, that's pretty much it when it comes to soloing this week's level 34 Prison of Elders final boss, known as Kaliks Reborn. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, don't forget to do what you do. I'm A1. Thanks for watching.